For nearly 90 years, has watched Pittsburgh change and morph into what it is today. And we are getting an inside look behind his lens as he is set to release his new photography book later this week called Pittsburgh Streets, 1950s. We're so happy to have Michael Rosella here with us today. And we're going to flip through a little bit of this book in just a few minutes. But how did you get into photography in the first place?
Well, I had been taking photos as a teenager. My mom had one of these Kodak folding cameras, you know.
Right.
Like it had a bellows on, and so she would film a graduation or a baptism or some event, okay? So occasionally I got to use it, you know. She would let me hold it and use it, and you know, this was a real interesting piece of apparatus.
Right.
Okay? So then I was a student at the University of Pittsburgh, and I belonged to the Pitt Photo Club, but I didn't have didn't own a camera, okay? And so I called a random act of kindness. John Rager, who had been about 10 years older than I and had been a World War II veteran, pulled his Leica camera off of his neck, put it around my neck, and said, "Mike, shoot Spring Carnival." and that got me hooked, okay? And I shot Spring Carnival, and as soon as the carnival was over, we went down to Penn Camera. I bought myself a rolly cord. I paid $10 a month for 15 months on the salary I earned running the elevator to the University of Pittsburgh.
Well, I want to share some of the photos, and I know that we have more that we can display on the screen, but just for a moment here, just flipping through, I mean, there's beautiful photographs that kind of take us back in time. You know, just kind of painting the picture of what things looked like in the 1950s in Pittsburgh.
Yes, and that's where Jonas Stock did his research on that one image there. And there's a marker
And this one back here.
Right there on the left, where the little boy's looking up.
Yeah.
That's the municipal building behind there. And that's where Jonas Salk did his research on the polio vaccine.
I mean, there's so much history if you just
Yes.
dive into each
Yes.
of the individual pictures.
Yes.
Why now? Why release this book now as a look back at Pittsburgh?
Well, this has been a work in progress over the past 10, 15 years. And, you know, it's like a project. Like we did projects while in school, through high school, through college, through professional school. And so it was another project, and it's documentation. I like to do documentation.
Yeah. What have you seen in our great city? What have you seen change over the years since you've been taking pictures, since you've lived here?
Yes.
The landscape has changed. We certainly know that.
Yes, the landscape has certainly changed. It's kind of sad at times. That's what's occurred. But it's documentation.
It's documentation.
What occurred.
You know, I was actually telling one of our producers that, and I don't know about the 1950s, but even, you know, the cleanliness of our air has changed from, as we know, decades ago when the steel business was booming here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see the change then. You'll see what it looked like in the 50s with the steel mills in the background, okay, and the smoke and the fog and the haze.
And we have just some of, I mean, this right here is just a classic picture of childhood there, standing on the corner, buying something from a streetcar.
Yes, yes, the vendors, the various vendors, newspaper boys, the ice ball man touring the local neighborhood, shaving the ice and serving it to the youngsters. That was in my neighborhood. I lived right in that area where the ice ball man shot it.
Can I ask you, and I know a lot has changed with technology and how we take pictures, but did you find in your methodology a perfect way to get that great shot?
That rolly cord, a 2¼ square format, just made it so much easier.
Yeah.
It just was easy for me as opposed to using a 35mm format.
Well, it's really great, and you have an event coming up where people are going to be able to meet you, get this book signed.
Heinz History Center, Thursday, November the 9th, 6 o'clock.
That's great.
p.m.
Thank you so much, Michael. We really appreciate you coming on today. And the book launch is happening this Thursday. As you just heard, the Heinz History Center is holding it at 6 p.m. The event is free with advanced registration. You can head to our website for the link. We'll have it posted for you there. We want to remind you too, the KDKA TV Turkey Fund is on. You can mail a donation or drop off one at a PNC Bank branch where it can be matched. You can also text KD Turkey to 50155 or donate online at kdka.com/turkeyfund. We'll be right back after the break.